Megyn Kelly has weighed in on Meghan Markle's failed plan to bag a billionaire as her marriage to Prince Harry becomes more unhappy by the day.
She will find a way to bounce past him to some other taker who might actually just love the guy. She will take her royal kids who can still go by Prince and Princess and find the billionaire.
Meghan Markle is always attempting to, shall we say, build relationships with very, very, very rich men.
Harry just can't give her anything else anymore. He served his purpose. His purpose is over and they're no longer aligned in purpose. So it's time to move on.
Less than 24 hours ago, quiet whispers ignited into a full-blown wildfire. Meghan Markle was spotted dining with a Dubai billionaire while Prince Harry was, according to reports, watching his royal relevance slip straight through his fingers. And this wasn't some casual lunch stop or innocent meet and greet. So let's not pretend it was.
New poll reveals that the declining arc of Harry's popularity has accelerated into a high-speed.
Are we really supposed to believe this was just a casual meal? Please, this wasn't brunch. This was strategy in heels. To her critics, Meghan isn't just stepping out. She's stepping past Harry's unraveling royal legacy like it's yesterday's news. And the wildest part, they argue, is that she's not even trying to hide it. No disguise, no low profile, just bold moves in broad daylight. If you followed this saga even a little, they say, that's completely on brand.
Speaking of the reality show, the cooking show, I saw the same story. She's already tired of selling the jams and jellies. She's like, well, we might restock in 2026. I think there's no demand. I also think she's lazy. I don't think she wants to work. They don't want to work. They want to twerk and sit around and film videos. So I think she should actually run for office because Meghan Markle, you're lazy.
As Harry seems to fade further into the background, Meghan appears to be hinting at an entirely new chapter. And bluntly, it doesn't look like there's much space in it for a resentful spare weighed down by old wounds and a trail of failed deals.
Royal family, you should be so thankful this woman wanted to leave because she's not going to bring any good to the branding of royal. She's going to downgrade it to a level of ghetto. And that's what it is. This is just bad.
Let's be honest. Meghan Markle doesn't move without a motive. Every so-called accidental photo, every perfectly timed smile, every moment that somehow lands in the tabloids feels calculated. So when she's suddenly spotted dining with a billionaire who actually lives the ultra-luxury life she once thought royalty would bring, that's not coincidence. It's a headline. That dinner wasn't about food, it was about positioning.
Trick that people do with pineapple, instead of just cutting it to make the perfect little bite, you follow the wedge. When nature has given you all the cues on how to have a perfect taste of something.
Oh, how fun is that? I love it.
Meghan didn't just stumble into that moment, critics say she curated it. To them, this wasn't a simple meal, it was her grabbing the narrative back with both hands. Meanwhile, Harry is reportedly holed up in Montecito, reduced to a background figure in the very royal saga that once revolved around him. The irony is brutal. Meghan, who once claimed she went into royal life naive about its realities, now seems painted as someone stunned that marrying a prince didn't automatically guarantee limitless cash, private jets, and a crown dripping in diamonds.
She's already gotten the benefit of her bargain with Harry because she got the title. That's what she wanted. She wanted to be world famous. She wanted the title. You remember when Harry was single, he was the elephant. He was the one, the most eligible bachelor on earth. You could be a royal, you could become world famous overnight, you could live in a castle, you could have access to the crown jewels, you would be a princess. My God, yes, he could have had his pick.
Here's the brutal reality check. Marrying into royalty doesn't equal billionaire status. No endless money, no magic ATM. And when palace life turned into press briefings instead of princess fantasies, Meghan, in the eyes of her critics, didn't hesitate. She hit the gas toward the exit. Now Harry is, they claim, being quietly pushed to the margins of royal life, scrubbed from view like a typo no one wants to own, while Meghan operates in full solo mode. No visible public loyalty, no soft emotional signals, just sharp rebranding and conveniently high-profile dinners with billionaires. To those watching, that doesn't look like romance. It looks like groundwork, the early architecture of a clean, media-friendly escape. She may be riding high for now, they say, but karma loves headlines too, and those usually arrive with receipts.
That Meghan Markle really did expect Harry to be a billionaire when she met him. She was incredibly disappointed to find out he's only worth a couple million, and she's gonna have to actually work and hawk these jams and jellies and dog biscuits to have the lifestyle that she
Behind the scenes, Meghan is, according to critics, scrambling to keep her name glowing as everything that once powered her brand starts to wobble. The Netflix deal is widely rumored to be on shaky ground. The royal connection is fading fast. And the marriage, let's be honest, is under heavy tabloid scrutiny. The much-discussed trial separation isn't a legal breakup, but it doesn't look like a fully functioning marriage either. And outlets from Vanity Fair to Page 6 keep humming the same off-key refrain: separate lives, time apart, rebuilding bonds. Translated by cynics, that means it's over. But the press release isn't ready yet, because nobody talks about a trial separation unless the house already feels like it's on fire. In this telling, it's not just the house that's burning. It's the garden, the guest house, and the entire Sussex brand going up in flames too. Spotify has already ended their deal, and Netflix, as observers like to joke, seems to be peeking through the blinds, wondering whether to quietly ghost them. That silence is louder than any statement. So Meghan pivots again, this time into jam, and a full lifestyle rollout that detractors say is flopping harder than a badly scripted pineapple tutorial.
He's there, that she's still married. I mean, this woman's going to keep trying to get elevated with the next man because that's what she wants. Because, you know, Harry at this point doesn't even have enough money for her. And so she needs to find the man that's going to really give her what she wants financially.
This was supposed to be her big comeback lane, but instead it's looking like another stalled rebrand. Glossy labels, no real traction. Meanwhile, Harry is clinging to the Invictus Games like it's the last solid piece of his identity, and honestly, that part still makes sense. What really stings, observers say, is that the so-called trial separation isn't just happening quietly, it's practically screaming without a single official word. No press release, no palace comment, no carefully crafted joint statement, and yet everyone can feel something's off. In this story, the silence is saying more than any headline ever could.
But this woman is nothing but a publicity whore. It's a term of art. We broke the news that she had Prince Harry on her vision board when she was younger. That was her goal, #goal, to marry Prince Harry. So it was all about getting the title. She's done that now. Now she's just stuck with this depressed ginger who has absolutely no family, no friends, and no money. This was not part of the plan.
The whole world can feel the shift. And you can bet Buckingham Palace is watching quietly, possibly with popcorn, according to some royal insiders. They claim it's Meghan, not Harry, who's asked for space, and to many that fits the pattern a little too well. She's still everywhere, camera ready, smiling like nothing's wrong, serving up polished PR shots on repeat, while Harry has all but disappeared from view, looking, as critics put it, just one bad Google search away from realizing how fast it all slipped through his fingers. How do you stay a duke with no castle, no cash cushion, and no clear direction?
Meghan ruined Harry. Now that the once carefree, fun-loving prince has turned into a miserable moaner, lashing out from the depths of his paranoia at a world he thinks is conspiring against.
That's the question Harry seems to be answering in real time, and it isn't pretty. Let's be blunt. The idea that this trials tuition is just a professional pause doesn't hold up. If this were really about solo projects, critics ask, why does Meghan go quiet every time Harry gets dragged in the press? Where's the backup, the united front, the joint statement? Exactly, nowhere. To many observers, this doesn't look like a partnership anymore. It looks like a dissolving brand, a crumbling LLC with no mission and no message. They claim Meghan has already checked out emotionally and slipped into phase 1 of a solo run, sleek, curated, and conveniently orbiting billionaire circles, while Harry hasn't fully caught on yet. He's still, in their view, trying to figure out how the fairy tale turned into a footnote. One minute, he's the prince who walked away for love. The next, he's watching that love become a headline that no longer needs him. And here's where, for some commentators, it gets downright delicious.
Because these billionaires can sense one thing. When you're not looking for a partner, you're looking for a solution. And that's obviously the lane that Meghan Markle's in now. She doesn't make really her own money. This whole Netflix thing is just a ruse. We all know this is made up just to give her something to do. Her miraculous renewal for her second season, which was already shot in full by the time the first season was done, meaning they just made some extra episodes and decided to roll out a fake second season as a PR plan, hasn't fooled anybody.
According to some royal insiders, Meghan didn't just fall for the red hair and rebellious image. She allegedly believed she was marrying into billionaire status, complete with champagne on tap, endless luxury, and the full fairy tale fantasy.
They're saying they're not even sure if she's going to make more jam. That thing's already dwindling on the vine. Everything she touches turns to shit. And I think every sort of creative person behind her or deep pocket behind her knows it's an extraordinary risk. She's too toxic to touch.
Turns out royal life doesn't come with unlimited cash, and that realization may be the loudest crack of all. In Meghan's mind, it was a castle with her initials carved into the gates and a tiara lineup to rival the crown jewels. Instead, she found herself with a man reportedly worth around £20 million, living in what was essentially a glorified royal garden shed known as Nottingham Cottage. Welcome to the Real Housewives of Royal Disappointment. According to royal biographer Tom Quinn, palace staff said Meghan was genuinely shocked. Not mildly surprised, but stunned. She had allegedly believed Harry was a walking vault of gold, power, and prestige. What she actually got was an IKEA-furnished cottage, no live-in staff, and a harsh reality check. She expected Buckingham Palace and ended up in something closer to a high-security Airbnb. Cameras everywhere, low ceilings, and none of the royal glow she'd imagined.
I mean, she flirts openly with other men. I remember when she was at that tennis match, looked like she was flirting with Serena Williams' husband, like with her skirt and just how she just looks at men. Harry, it doesn't matter.
According to Palace Gossip, baby girl thought she was stepping into Versailles and instead landed somewhere between budget lodging and royal overflow housing. And once it sank in that Harry wasn't rolling in billions, insiders say the grievance era began. Meghan allegedly didn't just feel financially shortchanged. She felt her status deflated too. That's when, in this telling, the story shifted. Harry wasn't the royal, he was a royal. Not the heir, not the main act, just the spare. And here's the kicker. Sources claim Harry himself didn't fully see it that way until Meghan started spelling it out. Imagine walking through Windsor and hearing, "Why aren't we the main characters?" From that moment, critics say, the victim narrative found its script.
This woman is being paid millions of dollars to show how to cut into a pineapple.
Oh my God. Who the hell is sated by one tiny little bite of pineapple?
Are you taking cooking advice from Meghan Markle in the kitchen?
No, I wouldn't take any of the advice on her show.
Let's be honest. Meghan isn't clueless. She knows how to read a room, own a red carpet, and hijack a media cycle. So critics find it easy to believe she walked into royal life expecting the prince package to come with global power, private jets, and endless luxury, only to discover a duke with deep family wounds, years of scrutiny, and just enough wealth for a Montecito mortgage, not the stratospheric lifestyle upgrade she allegedly imagined. In that telling, when the illusion cracked, the real story began. She didn't get the fairy tale, so she started writing her own. Meghan, they say, doesn't do economy class, financially or emotionally. So now the billionaire orbit is forming, the branding is shifting, and an exit strategy feels half-drafted. While Harry is slowly realizing he may have been the glass slipper in a story where she's already browsing for a better fit. Enter the blinking. In that now viral clip where she was asked if she sees herself married forever, she technically said yes. But to online sleuths, her face told a different story. Rapid blinks, a half-hearted shrug, and a smile that looked like it was buffering mid-update. The kind of moment begging for a record scratch and a zoom-in. Body language commentators jumped on it, arguing you didn't need a degree to see that what registered on camera wasn't romance, but raw PR panic. A look that read less forever and more contractual obligation. Then, conveniently, that clip resurfaced the same week rumors of a billionaire dinner blew up, which many saw as just another perfectly timed plot twist in an ongoing rebrand saga that feels to them more choreographed than any lifestyle tutorial. They point out that it wasn't a one-off. In recent interviews, she's offered almost no warm Harry anecdotes, just airy talk about healing, growth, and reinvention. Translation, in their view, prepping an exit and begging the world to stop asking about the man once sold as a fairy tale prince. Meanwhile, Harry keeps quietly showing up at charity events, looking to some like a loyal golden retriever, hopeful patient, clinging to a Sussex brand that's already been quietly recut as Meghan Inc., not realizing she's slipped out the side door. To these commentators, that infamous blink wasn't nerves. It was a countdown. Meghan isn't playing house, they say. She's playing chess. Every shrug, smirk, and vague answer moving another piece toward checkmate, while Harry is still playing Connect 4 on a board that's already been folded away. In that light, her silence doesn't read as confusion but calculation. No statement statements, no unity photos, no coordinated looks, just deliberate, quiet, sharp, intentional, and louder than any press release.